hear gunshots ringing off outside while you sleep, you lift your head up, you might actually go to the window and check out what's going on, but 9 times out of 10, you're going right back to sleep. We've developed a mental callus for the sound of gunshots on our block. Right? And when you can sleep through gunshots, then you might as well be accomplished, because at that point, you're no different than the pigeons that walk up to people in the parking lot of Jules on 87th. You're just oblivious to the pitfalls of your environment. You don't care what happened out here, right? That's all it boils down to. I'm standing here today to let you guys know you have a choice whether to build yourself up or to let the aura of this place break you down. You got to choose whether liquor or education is going to be your escape. You got to choose whether you're actually going to get out and network to earn a paycheck. You know, I stand up downtown and sell my books. You got to get out there and physically meet people. There's nothing to put a resume on Career Builder. Get out there and physically meet people to earn a paycheck, or you're going to fall victim to this cycle of high interest rate loans. Right? Individually, those are choices we all get to make, right? But collectively, these decisions are having an impact on our community, right? And I don't want you guys to think I'm talking down. Nobody think I'm talking down to you. I am you, right? I know what 1800 tequila tastes like. You know, I know what it's like to be an African American facing a bleak future. Nobody ever gave me nothing. Right? I paid my way through college by creating CDs that I made in my dorm room, knocking on doors, 100 doors a day. That's how I paid my way through school. Right? Ain't no battery in my back. Right? Like Dr. King, I'm fighting to make my dreams come true. Right? I dream of a community where I can take my daughter to the park, and I ain't got to worry about shots flying over our head when we at the park, at Cole Park, 83rd and King Drive. That's not too much to ask for. If it's not too much to ask for in the 1st, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th, it shouldn't be too much to ask for in the 6th Ward. Right? The 6th Ward of Chicago was once a role model for the nation. We were an example of what an African American community could be. Right? We're not that anymore. Sadly, we're not. I'm just speaking facts. Hopefully it does anger you a little bit, because it's the truth. Sadly, today we're becoming an example of a community in decline. There's high crime rate, high unemployment rate, resignation. People just stay inside, close their blinds, and don't care what happens in the streets. Right? We take the drug-sniffing dogs on 79th and the Red Line as a sign of the times, rather than accepting responsibility and becoming part of the solution. And I'm not afraid to talk about solutions, because I know all about solutions. Right? Contrary to some people's beliefs, you don't have to have a law degree to know the solution. You don't have to have a PhD to know the solution. Right? You don't have to be an elected official to know the solution. Right? I know the solution because I'm a living example of a solution. Right? First, you got to find a motivation to want to make different choices. What really moves you? And what makes you go hard in the paint? Is it basketball? That's what it was for me. Is it rapping? That's what it was for me. What is it for you? Like, you need to figure out what that is, and you need to use that as fuel to rise above your surroundings, much like our forefathers rose above their circumstances, and they created this community, which was built off pride. If you want to control your own destiny, rather than having circumstances control you, you got to spend money wisely. Yeah, I said it. We have the money. Last year in the 60619 zip code, we spent over $20 million on lottery tickets.
There you go.
$20 million on lottery tickets. Meanwhile, this library needs to be renovated.
That's right.
Right? And I know people, you know, they're going to say, oh, Jahmal's talking about the library again. Yeah, I'm talking about it.
That's right. It's the truth.
I'm talking about it because it's unfair that we're asking kids to work under every disadvantage. We're saying, hey, we want you to get excited about solving real-world Windows 8 issues, but you come to the library and you got to use outdated operating systems, Vista and XP. At least give them 7. You see what I'm saying? Like, we know they're excited about creative output. They're excited about making music. They're excited about, you know, Mac computers. But we're asking them to come to the library and get excited about information consumption. Come on, they ain't even no ebooks, right? I've seen the sign outside that says, you know, the city's coming, and you know they're waiting for the chemicals in the ground to clean up. But we shouldn't have to wait for the manna to fall from the skies of City Hall, right? This is Chatham. We don't wait for things to happen. We make things happen. That's a part of our history. That's our legacy. That's what you signed up for when you moved here.
That's right.
Right? That's a part of our history. In 1968, this community raised $80,000 to start a healthcare clinic because the local services were inadequate. That healthcare clinic had a $1.5 million budget. In 1968, they raised $80,000. Today, we spend more than $80,000 a month on our yard work collectively as a community, possibly more, right? That's unbelievable. You know, I really think about quotes like from John F. Kennedy, who said, you know, he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country?" You know, I think of democracy from a community level outward. I say, ask not what Alderman Sawyer can do for you. What can you do to help out Alderman Sawyer? The guy's in the news almost every week, protecting us, defending us. A good guy, standing up guy, but man, what can you do to help him out? Like, ask not what State Representative Sims can do for you, but what can you do to help out State Representative Sims, right? Every choice you make and every dollar you spend has the ability to lift us up or break us down, right? We got to get our minds out of the short term and into the long term so our children and our children's children, they'll be proud of the achievements we've made despite the obstacles we had to overcome, right? That's the type of pride I'm trying to celebrate for Black History Month, really. That's the type of pride I want future generations to celebrate once we pass that torch of community pride on to them. Right? Y'all think it's going to be easy? It's not going to be easy. It's going to take willful determination and hard choices to be made to create real change in the community. All right. Can it be done? Yeah, it can be done. Y'all an example of that. Y'all took the first step, right? It can be done just like our forefathers overcame slavery. We can overcome the vices, the advertisements, the businesses, and the fear that's enslaving us, right? We got to choose to become more active. Like, go speak at a high school or junior. Go throw a party for free and hire Richard Wooten or somebody to protect it. Make it safe. Drop an album. Put out a book. You guys got folders here with mentor workshops. Don't buy the kid no Jordan. Send them to the mentor workshop. If you know a kid that needs help with, hey, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you know any goal setting strategies? Conflict resolution. What about that? Send them to a role model mentor session. We're going to be hosting, okay? We got to start taking some responsibility for our teens and not leaving it up to DCFS, UCAN, and the city. All right? We got to invest in our schools and technology so it can open our world up beyond the boundaries of the 6th Ward. Look, you know how many kids and young adults I talk to in jail that tell me, Jahmal, I never left Chicago. My respective side, I've never been downtown. Take a kid with you downtown, a job shadow, an architect, an electronic trader, a bank executive, an engineer, whatever you do, take a kid with you downtown. How can we expect them to do better when they don't know any better? They've never seen it. Right? Let's make some progress and move into the 21st century with some fresh ideas and new solutions instead of depending on these outdated policies that aren't effective because they were created by these cookie-cutter politicians. Right? You know, as we celebrate Black History Month and the progress our ancestors have made, we can't become complacent. Everything we need to flourish is right here. There's immense talent and there's a rich past that resides together in our community. We need to break down these walls of separation between young versus old, between community group affiliation, which is actually stronger in some parts than party affiliation in this ward, and also color, and start working together to create the legacy we want to leave behind. Right? Our tomorrow, it starts today, and really it starts with every choice you make. Individually and collectively, we all can write our own history, but it's going to be one choice at a time. Thank you. Now, the best part about coming to the role model movement presentations is always the interaction from the crowd. So just like you guys have come to hopefully learn some things, I've come to learn some things from you as well. I'm all about new ideas. Anybody that knows me knows I'm good at getting things done. So I want you guys to feel free to share ideas. Let's have a conversation. Let's get it on camera. Let's capture it. You know, let the media tell it, you know, hey, you guys don't show up to meetings like this, but you're proof that people want change. So If you guys have